having the OnlyFans tracking in place and utilizing that with intention is going to be really important for understanding which platforms, Twitter or Instagram, are driving you the most traffic.
Welcome back to On the Horizon. This is MelRose Michaels. I am your host, and I'm here to share what's worked for me in building my adult creator business to try to make building yours just a little bit easier. Let's get into today's episode.
As adult creators, it always boggles my mind why I don't see more of us effectively tracking and monitoring where our traffic is coming from and where it converts the best. I interact and engage with a lot of adult creators due to my business here at SWCEO. And I'm often, clicking through profiles and checking out links and kind of just seeing what creators are doing. And I would say maybe something like 5% or less of the creators I come across have tracking links set up for their OnlyFans specifically. And I would say even fewer of those creators, the creators who are not on OnlyFans, have tracking links set up using a third party or some other way in general, which means that majority of the creators in our industry aren't actually tracking where their traffic and where their clicks are coming from. And what that tells me is that when we are worried about why we don't get enough traffic or why we don't get enough subscribers, you're not working backwards to the root of the problem, which is where should you be getting them from? And to know where you should be getting them from and focusing your attention, you should know where they're converting the best from. And that all starts with tracking. So first, I'm going to discuss this kind of under the guise of OnlyFans, because OnlyFans does allow you the ability to build out tracking links, which is super, super useful. And then I'm going to talk about how you can do it using a third party for all of the rest of the platforms that you're probably on as an adult creator so that you can track them yourself, at least tracking the clicks, even though you won't be able to track the conversions using this third party tool. So first off, inside all of your OnlyFans profiles, if you go to your profile settings and your account settings, there is an area there that says tracking links. And if you click on that tracking link area, you can build out as many tracking links as you could ever want or need for your OnlyFans specifically. And the way that you should think about doing this is, where do you want to track your traffic coming from and what kind of posts or bios are they clicking on? So this is going to be kind of my 2 cents on how I suggest creators do this, and then you can take it for whatever it's worth and implement or not implement, depending on what your own goals are. If I was a new creator just getting started, I would task myself every month with creating new tracking links. So every month for my OnlyFans, I would create fresh tracking links. I would do it the day before the month ends, going into the new month. The tracking links I would create are going to be for a couple core platforms. I would make them for Twitter because you can link directly off of Twitter. And then for Instagram, you're going to need some kind of tap my bio or beacons or some kind of landing page or link tree type of service. And then you're going to put your tracking links in there. Now, here is the other caveat to that. On Instagram, you're going to want 2 different tracking links. And on Twitter, you're going to want 2 different tracking links. So you're going to want a tracking link for your tap my bio or your beacons, basically your bio link that tracks how many people are clicking on your bio, which takes them to your link tree or your beacons, and then clicking to your OnlyFans that route, going from bio to OnlyFans. So that's one tracking link. And then you're going to want a separate tracking link or a separate beacons, one that you don't post publicly, that you're going to only use for Instagram stories. Now, the reason for doing this is to track how many people are going and clicking to your tap my bio or your link tree or beacons from your story posts. And this is going to have to be a different link tree product or a different link tree account or profile than your bio one, so that you have them 2 separate and 2 distinctive, so you can track where the traffic is coming from more often on your Instagram alone. Is it coming from story posts? Is it coming from bio? You want to know that. Now, the other 2 I would make is a tracking link for your Twitter bio. And this can just be a direct link. You don't have to use a tap my service for this, because Twitter does currently allow OnlyFans links. So put your tracking link for Twitter in the bio. That's one tracking link. And then you're going to have a secondary tracking link that you use for actual tweets or actual individual posts that you post on Twitter. This is going to tell you whether people are coming to your bio on Twitter and going to your OnlyFans, or whether they're clicking off of tweets you've made and going to your OnlyFans. Now, keep in mind, for tweets, you're going to want to comment your tracking link, not put it in the original tweet, because the original tweet will lose visibility if you don't do it that way. Now, that means you're going to have 2 tracking links for Twitter, 2 tracking links for Instagram, and then they're both going to tell you each month how much traffic is being driven in total from Twitter and from Instagram via those separate 4 links. And the best part about OnlyFans tracking is that you can also see how many of those clicks became subscribers. And that's really important because that is how you can calculate your overall conversions. So having the OnlyFans tracking in place and utilizing that with intention via your bios, via your posts, is going to be really important for understanding which platforms, Twitter or Instagram, are driving you the most traffic. And you can apply this logic to more platforms as long as those platforms allow you to, link out or link to link trees or to beacon services that also link to OnlyFans. So protect your platforms, do this safely. But Twitter and Instagram, obviously the core ones, and making sure you have distinctive links for those is going to be a huge directional piece of data that you're going to want for your adult business. Now, if you're not an OnlyFans creator, if you do not use OnlyFans as a platform, you can still manage to navigate this using a third-party program called Bitly, bit.ly. Now, Bitly isn't going to help to track your conversions, but it is going to help to track your clicks. So if you go to Bitly, bit.ly, that's the full website, there's no .com, and you go and you sign up, you can get a free account, and you can make Bitly links for your platforms. So say that you were linking to SextPanther, for example. You would create a Bitly, bit.ly /SP1, SextPanther1, whatever the backslash you want, you can customize those. But you would create a Bitly link for your SextPanther, and you would use that for your Twitter posts about it, or create a separate one to add to your beacons or your link tree or tap my bio, so that you, again, know if people are coming from your posts and clicking that Bitly link to your platform, or if they're going from your bio and clicking that Bitly link to your platform. And you can do this as many times as you want. And then you can see right inside your Bitly dashboard on the website how many clicks you're getting through those individual Bitly links. So this is going to, again, tell you what your traffic is looking like, what platforms are driving the most traffic to your adult platforms, pay sites, clip stores, etc. And that is the first clue that you need to know what to do in terms of social promotion, to know what to do in terms of filling your sales funnel. So that is always going to be a place you return to every month. It's making fresh links for the month ahead and using them and then reflecting on them at the end of those 30 days, at the end of that link life cycle, so to speak, to see what your traffic has looked like and what platforms are bringing you the most traffic to your pages. And then when you see that data, when you start to have that data rolling in, you can make data-driven decisions about what platforms to focus your social promotion on, what platforms to double down on. If majority of your clicks are coming from Twitter, okay, well now you know to double down on Twitter. We know then to make more Twitter posts, to amp up the frequency of them, the occurrence of them, and maybe add more content to them. If you notice that the most clicks you're getting are coming from Instagram, okay, let's make more story posts this month going ahead. Let's see if we can drive more stuff from Instagram to our platforms. Let's see if we can drive more clicks. Maybe you focus on Reels more heavily going forward because you know Instagram is your stronger conversion platform for traffic. But in order to do those kinds of things, in order to know where to focus your time, you have to know where your traffic is coming from and where your clicks are coming from. And that all begins with tracking links, whether that's through OnlyFans specifically or through Bitly for all of your other adult platforms. It's just so important that you do this with intention and you revisit it every month to set it up for the month ahead and reflect on the month before to make these decisions for your adult business. So I hope you found some value in this little one-off episode. I thought this was really important to say because I still don't see it being implemented widely with adult creators. And I think it has such a huge impact on our overall revenue at the end of the day that it felt really worth saying. So I hope you enjoyed this episode and I'll see you in the next one.
It would be absolutely incredible if you rated this podcast 5 stars and left a little review. We want to get this podcast to as many adult creators as possible, and you taking a second to leave a couple stars and a review really helps us do that. Thanks so much.